Everyone, I'm here with my top 5, actually 6, I have an honorable mention, spooky Halloween themed type deck, which I thought would be perfect for the season. These are both tarot and oracle decks. So I would love to see what your top 5 is. So if you want, put them in the comment box below, or if you're going to do your top 5, I would love to see your video, so let me know if you do a video about it. As well, just a reminder, I am doing a special on past life readings on my Etsy shop if you want to go below for that. But otherwise, let's get to the decks that we're talking about. So the first one I'm going to talk about is one that I'm using on my Instagram for the month and my Facebook, which is the Halloween Tarot. This is cute and spooky, which is a combination that I adore and love. So I had to pick up this deck. So it just comes in like a little tuck box. I don't know if there's a bigger one with a bigger book or anything. It just comes with a little white book. It's your standard kind of deck. I love the backs. The backs make me think of those Halloween kiss candies with the orange and the black. I don't know if that's a Canadian thing or not. They're kind of these little molasses candy. Most people don't like them. I love them, but it definitely makes me think of that. This is a very cute deck. It has here, we have the High Priestess. Very cute. This cat is in like every one of the cards. The pentacles are pumpkins. So there we have the 9 of pumpkins. Very nice. Love the little owl that she's got. There's the Hanged Man. Very cute little scarecrow. The Emperor is Frankenstein. Look at that. Very cute. The wands are imps. So there's the Page of Imps. What's the other one? Oh, I like the Ace of Pumpkins. I'll show you the Ace of Pumpkins. It's a trick-or-treat bag. The bats are swords. So there's the Ace of Bats. I love the hands coming out of the cloud. Basically has a little bat hanging off of him. And then the, just trying to find the cups here. The cups are ghosts. They're so cute. Look at them. So it's a very cute deck, but definitely very Rider-Waite-Smith. So it's totally readable, for beginners. And I just love, oh, look, the vampire rising from the grave. So neat, so cute. I love it. It's a really just nice, fun, childlike deck, but still fits in with the whole like Halloween spooky type vibe. The next deck I have is the Tarot of the Vampires by Ian Daniels. Keeping this nice little black velvet. It's got the rose on the back. This is definitely, it's not creepy cute. It's more of like a beautiful Gothic type vibe. It comes with a wonderful guidebook, I can't remember. If somebody knows. Transmagoria, Phantasmagoria, something like that. But the book is really wonderful. It is not Rider-Waite-Smith terribly, but you can sort of impose those meanings on it. And it has, for its suits, it has skulls for the pentacles. It has knives for swords. Oh, there's a chariot there. Very cool. It has scepters for wands. There's the 2 of scepters. I think that if I remember correctly, oh, the Emperor is very cool, very red like that. I think cups is grails. Oh, I love the Princess of Knives. So it has princesses instead of, although this is the queen, but it is of princesses instead of pages in this one. The Lovers is very beautiful as well. Oh, the moon. I love the moon in this one. Very ethereal, very banshee-like. Oh, yes, grails. So there's the 8 of grails there. So it's got like a very vampy, obviously it's a vampire theme thing, but it's got like lots of reds and greens and rich blues. And so it's definitely got this sort of, there's the Daughter of Knives. So again, daughters instead of pages. It is a very 90s type deck, 90s, early 2000s type deck, in my opinion, just the aesthetics of it. So if you love vampire-y type things, this is definitely a deck for you. It's very Gothic. It is very, very sexy. There we go. So definitely goes away from the creepy cute of the Halloween, that's for sure. Next, I'll move on to Oracle decks that are that kind of have that Halloween spooky type of vibe. So the first one I have here is one that I'm also using for the month, and that is the Lave Vampires Oracle. So this is a Jasmine Beckett Griffith and Lucy Cavendish collaboration. This one, again, you've got the pink kids with the big eyes. I do like a lot of the rich colors, like that one is just gorgeous and beautiful. So you do have the vampire thing going on here. That's the one on the cover, but it's not as sort of, what's the words I'm looking for here? It's not quite as, you know, like serious and dark as the Vampire Tarot. There's sort of like a cuteness to this, even though it is quite dark. So you've got like the big-eyed girls and stuff here, which is, you know, well, it's Jasmine Beckett Griffith. Not all of them are dark. Like you've got this one here that's quite light. The Last Day in the Light. This one, if nudity offends you, look away. Resurrection, that one, very cute. There is a cuteness to a lot of them, but there's also sort of this gothicness as well, which is very nice. So it's a nice mix between the two. I'm coupling this with my Halloween tarot as well. So there is a dark edge to it, and the meanings of the cards are often quite serious as well. So I think this deck is really good for shadow work as well if you're working with it for more personal development. The next deck that I have on this list is I do have the Halloween Oracle, because how could you not have the Halloween Oracle? That's it there. I love all the pumpkins and bats and hats and brooms and stuff on here. This deck, I mean, like the back is very cutesy, although, you know, I do like that for sure, with that design on there, the Halloween type design. But, you know, these cards are actually like, they're quite thoughtful, quite dark, very serious. Beautiful colors, lots of skulls. The veil. There's a werewolf there. But then it's got like nature-y type stuff like that too. So it bridges both like the Halloween and the horror stuff with the more serious kind of Samhain stuff and death. And there's a little bit of kind of the trick-or-treater type stuff and witchy. It's very nice. Like I like pairing this one with the Vampire Tarot. The Black Cat. It's a beautiful deck. So nice for the season. It has all of the Halloween-y type vibes to it. It's a wonderful, wonderful deck, and I like working with that one as well at this time of year. The next deck that I have is a little bit different. It's the Fallen Angel Oracle cards. So Fallen Angels, otherwise known as demons, although demons, you know, I have this whole thing. When people say demons, what they really mean is like a negative entity. But fallen angels, if you look at Christian mythology, and specifically this came out of medieval times, there was this idea that there was this war in heaven. This is actually a later Christian concept where the angels sort of formed two sides, and Lucifer led one side and there was the other side. And so those that joined Lucifer, or those who just decided not to pick a side, ended up being fallen. So fallen doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means that in that mythology, they didn't necessarily, you know, side with God. That's all in that particular dispute. So that's this deck here. I've heard this deck is out of print, but I could be wrong. This is I believe it's a Schiffer deck. Seco Books. Okay. Just the way that it's put together. So it slides out like one of those. The cardstock on this is not the greatest, but still it's kind of shiny and a bit thinner. But these are all sort of graveyard type photos that have been computer manipulated, and they have on here the names of the 78 demons from the, or is it 72 demons from the Goetia? I would never know whether to say Goetia or Goetia, but it's a 16th century book, or is it a 17th century book, that has the list of all these angels that, or demons, fallen angels. Now, they were categorizing things at that time. So it's like this weird crossover from the medieval time and medieval period and the spiritual type period with the scientific age, which was just starting, where people were wanting to categorize everything. So they took all these names and made all these fallen angels. And a lot of these names are actually really old gods that just fell out of favor. So I want people to not be afraid to use this deck. This deck is excellent for shadow work. It is just a really nice deck. I am looking forward to the Guerilla tarot that's coming up, as well as the occult tarot, which also features these particular entities, which is very, very cool. So this is a really cool and neat deck. It's very different, and I really like using it for shadow work. This is the deck. I have decks dedicated to different gods, and this is the Pluto deck. This is the Pluto or Hades deck. Messages from him I get from this particular deck. So that's what I use it for in my own personal practice. I do enjoy this deck. Some of the keywords, my only complaint about it is the author reuses some of the keywords, which I think is a bit, I don't know, I didn't think they had to do that. I think they could have been a little more imaginative, but otherwise that's my only complaint about this particular deck. And then my honorable mention is the Shadows and Light Oracle, another Lucy Cavendish and Jasmine Beckett Griffith collaboration. This one is, it's a dark deck, but it's also got that creepy cute kind of vibe that I like. You've got some steampunk going on here. The big eyes, very ghostly looking. There is some Christmassy images in there like that. I actually like to use this around New Year's, like transition between the light half of the year and the dark half of the year. Also, you know, transition into the new year. They've got some Halloween type images as well. So it's kind of got a creepy, cute kind of vibe, more so than the Lave Ampere one. It's got some art history references here, which is great. A little Hieronymus Bosch stuff going on. Got some snow angels, so it's got like a wintry type vibe as well. And then you've got this, so there's like a little bit, that's why I think I like using it as New Year, because it kind of refers to summer and spring and Halloween and Christmas and all parts of the year. So those are my top spooky Halloween type decks. I would love to know what yours are. Do you like any of these decks? What do you think of them, or any of them on your list? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, peace and love and rock and roll.